You're about to explore Port Hudson and Oak Alley, Louisiana. Port Hudson was a collection of fortifications critical to the Confederacy to keep open the Mississippi River, a river over which they had very little control remaining following the Union blockade north of Vicksburg and south of Baton Rouge. Within Port Hudson, we tour Fort Desperate, where the Confederacy made their last major stand. We also tour the nearby Port Hudson Museum and attend a recreation of a musket firing. In Vatry, Louisiana, we tour Oak Alley, an early 19th century plantation home beautifully lined by an 800-foot path of 28 live oak trees well over 280 years old. Welcome to episode 6 of our Life on the Mississippi vlog series. Please subscribe to our channel and select the bell to receive notifications of our new content. Thank you. While this area has plenty of routine Civil War stories, our tour of Port Hudson today would be decidedly more immersive, thanks to our guide. Our guide is not only an expert on Port Hudson, but brings its history to life. You'll see and hear his passion for his work during the tour.
There we go. Thanks.
There you are, ma'am. The 12th Maine will be coming right through here. There were 10 cannons here, all aimed at Fort Desperate. They're using bayonets, they're using plates, they're using spoons, they're using cups, anything they can to dig a hole to protect them from the fire of Fort Desperate. They are going to be moving from right to left as you're looking at the ravine, and they are going to be attempting to keep that linear line in order. They can't move, they can't shoot, they can't do anything. They are trapped right there. This cannon is a replica put there to show you where the original cannon was.
Fort Desperate could not be captured, so the Union Army began a 48-day siege of here and the entire Port Hudson area, which resulted in starving out Confederate soldiers who resorted to eating dogs and rats, and gave rise to the fort's new name, Fort Desperate. On July 9, 1863, after the 7-week siege, the Confederate Army surrendered the fort.
as a rifle musket. Primary differences being, your musket has a smooth bore and shoots a round ball. This has a rifled bore, shoots a conical bullet known as a mini ball. It's a 58 caliber weapon, weighs about 10 pounds, has a maximum range of about 1,000 yards. But to tell you the truth, most of the Civil War soldiers were doing good if they could hit anything 200 to 300 yards. Now, starting with the weapon at your side like this, first command would be load and 9 times load, bringing the weapon around to the front, placing the butt between your feet, barrel to the front, so that way the gun just naturally leans forward. You want it to do that because after you've shot this thing a few times, loading it down the barrel, it can get nice and warm. It could flare up in your face. Mike already has 2 holes in his nose. He doesn't need another. So, next command would be to handle cartridge, reaching in your cartridge box, pulling out paper cartridge. It looks like this, not a metallic cartridge. Just a piece of paper rolled into a tube, bullet in one end, gunpowder in the other end. Next command would be to tear cartridge. Now some people say this is where the Army's dental regulation comes in at. And they didn't care if you had all of your teeth, just enough of your teeth so you could load your weapon. Now some guys really did not want to go to the Army. What do you think they did? Yes, they pulled their teeth out. This was before Novocaine and modern dentistry. So they would just go out in the barn and grab a pair of pliers, look something like this, and just start yanking. Now, if I could get a volunteer, we can demonstrate this. What, nobody wants to volunteer today? Okay, we'll go back to the presentation then. So, next command would be to charge, upending the cartridge, pouring the gunpowder down the barrel, seating the bullet on top. Now, your bullet's not just going to fall down, it has to be rammed down. Next command would be to draw a rammer. Taking out your ramrod, placing the big head. Y'all see that on the bullet? Next command would be to ram cartridge, ramming it all the way down. You want to get it all the way down in the bottom in there. If you do not, you leave a pocket of air, you've just created a pipe bomb. Metal quality in the 1860s was not what it is today. This could blow up in your face. Pause for dramatic effect. Next command, very, very, very important. Return rammer. As simple and easy as that sounds, some men could get a little bit anxious in their first battle, forget, leave that thing in there, shoot it. Yes, it does go down range. Yes, it does make a lethal projectile. But you shoot your rammer down range, you can no longer reload your gun. So return rammer. Now, our gun is loaded but still not ready to shoot. To do that, Mike's going to bring it up to a 45-degree angle and go back to half cock. Reach in his cap pouch right there and grab a little thing like this, percussion cap. Nothing more than a little bitty piece of copper or brass stamped into the shape of a top hat. Has a chemical called fulminated mercury on the inside of it. Principle being, stick that on the nipple at the back, squeeze the trigger, hammer falls, hits the cap, shoots a jet of flame into the barrel, ignites the gunpowder, shoots the bullet. How a soldier would march into battle like this. So when he gets to battle, the next 3 commands are ready, aim, fire. We're going to do that now. If you have sensitive hearing or you just don't like loud noises, you may want to cover your ears. This can get a little bit loud. So ready. Drawing back to full cock, aim. Shouldering the weapon, sighting target, fire. Woo. And that's how our musket works.
The next day was effectively a sea day, cruising the Mississippi towards our overnight in Oak Alley, Louisiana. After a beautiful Mississippi sunrise and the departure of American heritage, we were off to visit the Oak Alley plantation. Originally a sugarcane plantation, the owner added something to the grounds that would give the plantation its name. We hope you've enjoyed this video. In our next episode, we explore New Orleans, Louisiana. We have lots of cruise content on our channel, so why not watch another video after this? Be sure to check out our full ship tour as well. Thank you for watching.